All right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mike Dalco, the CEO, coming to you here on Facebook Live, but also recording it for YouTube. And it's a message that's near and dear to my heart. I want everybody to get what I'm about to say. I'm fired up about this topic. I got my business partners on Facebook Live. They're going to be chatting and collaborating with me to get this message to the masses. Here it is. Networking is hard, question mark. I'm not saying emphatically that it is. I'm not saying it emphatically that it's not. I'm going to let you decide when we finish this stream. But here's the point. Here's the whole crux of this conversation. Most people, and I mean most, I'm not saying that hyperbolically, most people think that networking is hard. And the reason why they think networking is hard is because society has trained us to make it hard. That's the whole deal. Society has made us think that networking is hard. And it's not hard. As a matter of fact, it may be one of the easiest things you'll ever do. A networking business is incredible. If you can focus, you can build a networking business. And I think people sometimes have a difficult time focusing because they confront obstacles and it seems like their networking business is not going to get off the ground. But I'm here to tell you that there's nothing more likely to build wealth for you and your family than a networking business. You need a networking business, and we might talk about that, why I say you need a networking business, but you do need a networking business. I think by the end of this discussion, you'll see why I say that. Now, you see little kids come up to your door and they knock on the door and they say, "We're selling Girl Scout cookies." Even at my church, you walk up to the church and they bum rush you, almost tackle you for you to buy some Girl Scout cookies. They have no fear and aversion to coming up to a perfect stranger and asking them, do they want some cookies? Want some Girl Scout cookies? No problem at all. Because as kids, our filter is broad. We're not discriminating against people based on how they look, if they look successful, if they look unsuccessful, if they look like they have resources, or if they look like they don't. We don't discriminate. We're not overly picky about who we talk to when we're younger. As a matter of fact, your parents beat the connector out of you. They say, don't talk to strangers. They say, speak when you're spoken to. Don't get in grown folks' conversation. That's what our parents used to tell me. Stay out of grown folks' conversation. And so and I'm not saying any of those things are right or wrong, but what I'm saying is over time, they impress in your psyche that you should not be speaking out of turn. And so sociologists and scientists believe we are actually hardwired to connect with people. Like, it is the most natural thing in the world to want to connect, to want to say, hey, little kid. When I worked in the bank, before Carrot Bars, I worked in the bank. I'm sitting in my cubicle looking at the line out the door, and this beautiful little girl, she comes in with her mother. She's on her mother's hip, and she says, I want to get down. I want to get down. And her mother puts her down. And she starts walking around, touching people and hiding and playing peekaboo and saying, hey, hey. And this little girl was as if she was not going to rest until every person in that bank knew she was there. She was a natural connector. And her mother said, girl, come here. Stop messing with people. The little girl wanted to connect. The coach, who is her mother, was trying to take that skill, the number one skill that'll bring wealth to you. That mother was trying to pull that skill out of her daughter when she was a 2-year-old. Folks, I'm telling you. Now, I've seen some parents in some cultures let their little kids just run and talk, and their parents. Now it's going to be a little sensitive, but in my community where I grew up, if I was when we used to go to laundromats, y'all might not know about laundromats, but I grew up poor. And when we would go to the laundromat, if you didn't set your behind down on that seat, and you better not move, that's what my mama said, you better not move. Boy, I bet you I wasn't going to go sit down and talk to anybody. But I've seen little kids at the restaurant, they come over to you and they tap you on their leg and they say, hey, sir, hey. And their parents just smile. They don't say anything to them. And you know what? That little kid will grow up and be a CEO of a corporation because their parents taught them to socialize. You know what? You ever been in corporate America? I used to hate this because I didn't understand it. You've been in corporate America and you walking down the hall and the lady walked by, she get ready to go for her little walk. She's got her little corporate skirt on and her tennis shoes, right? And her stockings, tennis shoes, socks, and stockings. I'm like, what is that about? She's getting ready to go for a walk. And when she passed by you, she does this, she goes. And you're like, what's up with this fake smile? You know, that's what I was thinking because when I was growing up, people used to say to me, what's wrong? Why you won't smile? And I thought it looked stupid walking around smiling for no reason. But in corporate America, it's like the norm for people to walk by and go, you know, show you their pearly whites or pearly browns or whatever it is, right? So we get indoctrinated with this notion that we shouldn't connect. And then you grow up and you want to build a business, a networking business, which is the best business for the average individual in the world. Limited expenses, if any. Like Carrot Bars International, you join for free. You have no monthly expenses, okay? And the product is gold. So you don't even have to force purchase a product that you don't want. This product is something that everybody covets. And you're not even forced to get it. It's your option. So in our company, it's all gravy. And yet, the part that some people struggle with is the ability to say, hey, what's your name? And she says, my name is Catherine Huff. What's yours? And I say, I'm Mike. Pleasure to meet you. Shake hands. What do you do, Catherine? Oh, I work for the government. I'm working for the military. Right. Okay, great. How long you been doing it? Man, about 20 years. Do you like that? Yeah, I like it. All right. Do you ever look for other ways to make money? Absolutely. Great. Look, here's my card. I want you to watch this video. And I'll get back to you. You got a number where I can reach you? I sure do. Great. Put it in your phone. Hey, Catherine Huff, it's a pleasure to meet you. You too, Mike. Now, here's the part that people think is hard. They don't understand what we're doing. If you get what I'm about to tell you, you're going to blow your home-based networking business apart. You're going to knock this so far out the park. I'm going to give you, boy, you talking about, people call me and they say they want training. I'm about to give you the CEO training that has set me free. Tomorrow is my 3-year anniversary being completely time-free because of Carrot Bars International. I'm about to hit you with an analogy that's going to change your networking life if you listen. Are you ready? Just type yes in that chat box if you're ready, because I promise you, what I'm about, this analogy that I'm going to show you, if you get your preconceptions and your risk averseness out the way and your little ideas of how you think a networking business works and what's a good script and what's not a good script and play, get all that junk out of your head. I'm going to give you one gold nugget that is going to change your network business forever. If you listen. Yes, I need more yeses. I got like 3 yeses. I need way more. Okay, 4 yeses. I need more yeses than that or I'm wasting my time. Thank you, Catherine Huff. I don't want to waste my time. I need you guys to get this. All right, yes, okay, I'm getting lots of yeses now. All right, I'm getting lots of thumbs up and hearts. Here it is. Here it is, folks. And I know you're hungry, Ricardo Haas. I know you're hungry. Here it is. Here's that gold nugget that will change your networking business forever. Look, I wish with all my heart you were with me in Carrot Bars because it's the best. If you're in business to make money, you might as well be in business whose product is money. All right? So I wish you were in business with me. But if you're not, I still love you because I'm a huge advocate of this industry of networking. I believe this is the best way, possibly the only way, to truly build freedom and have success without expenses of having a traditional business. So I wish you were in business with me no matter who you are. However, if you're not, what I'm about to share with you it transfers. This will work in any business. Here we go. Here's the analogy. If I told you I was going to hire you, you're an unskilled laborer, which you don't have to have skill for networking. And I said, your job is to stand at the end of this conveyor belt. And as people walk by, as we're in a chocolate factory, little chocolate mints. And as these mints come up this conveyor belt, your job, it's called Flawless Chocolates. Flawless Chocolate, that's our company. And as these little mints come by, if you see a bubble in the chocolate, it won't go for Flawless Chocolate. We can give them away to the homeless shelter at the end of the day, but we only package and sell Flawless Chocolates. Your job is when you see the chocolates come, I'm going to pay you $10 an hour. But when you see the chocolates come, just flip the little thing so the Flawless Chocolate goes to the left. And if you see a bubble, flip it to the right so the bubble in the chocolate goes to the right, and we'll have to run it back through. That's your job. You're going to sit right there in your chair, and you're going to go, I see a bubble, 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 flawless, bubble, 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 flawless, bubble, bubble, flawless, bubble, bubble. And you're going to separate the flawless from the bubble chocolates, and you're not going to have any emotional attachment to the process. None. You're not going to go home and tell your wife, babe, all those chocolates had bubbles. I don't know what's wrong with me. All I find is chocolates with bubbles. You're not going to lose any sleep over the chocolates with bubbles. You're just going to come back in the next day. Bubbles, bubbles, flawless, flawless, flawless. We're getting better. Bubbles, bubbles, flawless, bubbles, flawless. You're going to totally take your rationale out of it and be completely unemotionally attached from the process. And you're excited. You're not going to sit there sleeping on the job, unenthusiastic. You're going to get fired. No, you're going to be like bubble, bubble, bubble. You're going to be the best sorter this Flawless Chocolate Company has ever seen. You're going to be the best sorter. And that's what we are in our networking business. Nobody ever said that everybody you talk to had to join. That is irrational. No matter how good your look, in our company, Carrot Bars International, people say the most ridiculous thing. Well, nothing's free. Yes, it's free. It's completely free to join. Your website and your software system that tracks your organization to infinity cost you nothing, ever. It costs you nothing. There are no monthly mandatory expenses. There is no monthly auto ship. There's nothing that's mandatory. Well, you say, how do you make money? The product is gold. At the end of the month, all the gold you acquired, you still have it. And it is a potentially appreciating asset. So unlike every other company in the world, the products that are consumables that you turn the light on and off and you got to pay the bill next month, you drink the juice or take the lotion, the potion, the pill, you excrete it out of your kidneys, or it dissipates off your skin and you got to do it again next month. In this business, all the gold I've ever acquired to show people about the business, I still have the product. And the product is going up in value year over year. Even with the business that simple, people are still going to tell you no. They're still going to tell you no. There's nothing to say no to. We even joke around. We say things like, what are you saying no to? The making money or the saving money? And they go, which part don't you like? Making money or saving money? And they go, I don't know. They just don't want to do it. But there's no logical reason to not be involved with Carrot Bars. Even with a company that logical, people are still going to say no. I'll tell you something else people are going to do. Even the flawless candies that made it through, some of them are going to get packaged and they're going to do nothing. Some people are going to join with enthusiasm and still do nothing. I love what the Bible says. It says some seeds fall on good ground, but they don't take deep root. And they grow, but they wither and die when the sun hits them. Some seeds are picked up by the birds. Some seeds are planted on stony ground, never had a chance. Some seeds, though, are going to fall on good ground. They're going to build strong roots, and they're going to grow up big and strong, and they're going to let off other fruit with more seeds, and you're going to have an orchard. And so you say, well, how do I know which seed is going to produce? You don't. It's not your job to know. Don't take that class, as Jim Rohn says. Don't take that class. That's not your responsibility. Your job is to sow the seeds. And when the harvest comes, sort it out. Take the good and separate the bad. And be excited about the good, because one seed, look, I love what Ty Best says. I don't know who he got it from, but I love it. He says, any man can count the number of seeds in an apple, but only God can count the number of apples in a seed. Get out of the business of trying to anticipate who is going to join in, who's going to be a good builder and who's not. Forget it. It's irrelevant. Your job is to plant seeds and do it fast. Velocity. It is the velocity of activity that creates wealth, not simply activity. Look, you can sign up 1,000 people. In 40 years, you're going to make a lot less than the person that signs up 1,000 people in 1 year. So please, get out of that business of trying to figure things out. Just do the actions that produce results. Take your emotions out of it, and I guarantee you, you're going to love your networking business. You've got to get back to some of those skills you lost, where your mom, like my mom, shut up, boy. Stop talking to those. Don't talk to people. You're bugging them. Be quiet. You got to get back those connector skills. The ability to say, hey, smile at them. How you doing? People aren't mean. By and large, people aren't mean. People are sweet, kind, good at heart. So just connect. Hey, what do you do? Where are you from? You ever been in a home-based business? Great. Hey, do you keep your options open? You do? Okay, great. I've got something I want to share. If they say no, say, okay, no problem. It's good to meet you. I'm Mike. Hey, here's my card anyway. If there's something I can ever do for you, reach out. Connect. You're not going to hurt anybody. This one lady called me, and she said, I know you're in another business, but I had to at least call you. I said, no problem. I don't mind. You don't ever know, hey, maybe I quit. You don't know. Maybe I'm not doing anything. Maybe I'm looking for something. I don't mind you calling. Hey, no, I'm not interested in your business, but I'm glad to hear from you. How you been? Great. Connect. We are connectors. Networking equals relationship, right? If you're a person that's just focused on making money, and you don't really like people, you need to learn to get over that, because this is a business of connections. You're going to go a lot further just connecting with people and building a relationship, whether they join your business or not. All right, I've been on the stream long enough. I think you got my point. Become a master sorter. Take your emotions out of it and connect with people. Stay connected, build lifetime relationships, and in the long run, you will win. This is Mike Dalco, the CEO. Very happy that you joined me. Those of you who are on Facebook Live, thank you for joining me. Those of you that will see this via YouTube, get back with the person that shared carrot bars with you and get started building your wealth with gold. If nobody's told you about it, inbox me or contact me from Facebook, and I will make sure that I assist you in reaching your goals, because there is nothing more likely to build wealth for you and your family than a Carrot Bars Gold Money account. Y'all have a great day.